Hello, I'm Thomas Hall from section A06, and this is my group's final project video for the design of coffee. Here's our process flow diagram. As you can see, we use a French roaster and we put 120 grams of green beans into the French roaster. And from this, we got 103.2 grams of roasted beans. And we also lost gases and chaff, which you can see. And then after we got our roasted beans, we put the roasted beans into the grinder with size 28. And from that, we got our coffee grounds. And we ended up using the Clever Coffee Brewers. And we used 3 of those. And each of them, we put 30 grams of Solowesi red honey grinded with size 28 into each. And we also put 250 grams of hot water at 98 degrees Celsius. And also from this, we got out from all 3 of our Clever Coffee Brewers, we got out our brewed coffee, which we totaled up to be 990 grams. And we got our spent moist grounds, which were 258.7, and we also lost evaporation. And as you can see on the bottom left, it shows our roast level, which was 775, which cooled for 3 minutes, and we only do 1 roast. And we use Solowesi red honey as our bean type.
Mass balances. The total mass of green beans that we used was 120 grams. After roasting those beans, the mass was 103.2 grams. However, we only used 90 grams of beans and we used 30 grams per brew. The total mass of water that we heated up was 1,400 grams. However, in total, we only used 750 grams of water and we used 250 grams per each brew. Energy usages. The total energy that we used in the roast was 0.13 kilowatts. The energy that we used to roast each bean per gram was 0.00126. The total energy that we used for roasted coffee used in the brew was 0.1156 kilowatts an hour. The total energy that we used to heat our water was 0.19 kilowatts an hour. Our energy penalty was only 0 kilowatts an hour. The total energy that we used to produce our entire coffee was 0.3056 kilowatts an hour. Our logic for energy minimization was that we wanted to focus on using a lighter roast, which uses less time with the French roaster and uses less energy. Looking back after the competition, we realized that we boiled way too much water and this caused us to use more energy than we needed. And we also think that we could have boiled our water at a slightly lower temperature and still would have gotten the same result of taste that we were looking for.
Okay, so our competition stats, our TDS was a 1.36, and in terms of sensory evaluations, we thought that our brew was like a little bit liquidy and the coffee taste wasn't like completely there. I think that's because we didn't add enough coffee to our like water ratio was off. In the future, probably add a little bit more coffee into each brew just to level out the brew ratio and make sure that our coffee is strong enough. Also improves like the body so that our coffee isn't so watery.